Hi guys, it's Tammy, NZ Gastric Slave. So this video is going to be coming to you talking a little bit about my goals. I have a list of scale goals. I have a little bit of an idea of some NSVs that I will certainly be celebrating. No doubt there will be others that will happen and it'll be like wow. I do intend to kind of make a list as I go along, so we'll be updating you on those sorts of things as they kind of happen. So I suppose for the scale goals, let's start with that. I'm not completely decided where I think I'll stop. I have got scale goals down to where I think I might stop, but I'm not exactly sure. So basically, I have been. I was overweight from intermediate, so about 10. But I was probably mainly overweight through that kind of time, and it was only really from about 18 that I became obese. I got hugely teased throughout high school for being fat at 70 kgs. My BMI would have been about, hang on, let's see, my list will tell me that. So 70 kgs is 154 centimetres, which means that I would have been in the overweight category. BMI would have been about 28 at that stage. So fat, love to be back there. And I will. I definitely think that I'll get to that kind of level. Straight out of leaving school, I lost my puppy fat when I started working. I went to work in a service station, so I was running around a lot in that job. So I got down to 63 kgs. Now at the time, which is a BMI of 25, so right at the top end of healthy. I at that weight was a big 12, small 14 in New Zealand sizing, so that would have been an 8 to 10. I don't know whether that would be the same sizing now. Certainly from experience, I've been the same weight before and in a higher size than what I am now, but the same weight. So I think it really just kind of depends on where your body's going at the time. So my first scale goal, so starting at 108, the top end of my highest weight for this journey will be 113.6, which is the weight I was when the surgeon told me I had to lose 5 kgs for before he would see me. So at 108, my first goal is to get under 100 kgs. So 108 is 238 pounds. To get below 100, so 99.9 is 220 pounds, or Underland, as some of the Aussies say. So that's definitely my first goal. There's a possibility that I may hit that within my pre-op diet, but I think that would probably be there's a possibility, but I'm not banking on it. It's certainly a goal that I expect to meet within the first couple of weeks, if not in that pre-op kind of period. So first goal is 99 kilos, down to double digits, yay. That also gives me a BMI of under 40, so you're getting out of that stage 3 obese into stage 2. The next goal after that would be 90 kilos, or 199 pounds, Wonderland. So between most of these goals, there's kind of no more than 9 kgs at a time. So what I've gone for is, rather than having a big goal, I've gone for a lot of mini goals along the way, and will really decide how, as I'm going down, as to whether whether I'll stop at that stage or whether I'm comfortable there, or my body might tell me I'm comfortable there. My my biggest goal overall is to go as low as possible. That is only the case because my big goal is to be able to get pregnant. So I would like to have 2 kids. Currently, I'm medically unfertile, but with losing the weight, that will likely change, and if not, then I'll qualify for IVF. So my big goal is to get pregnant, so I don't want to stop at, say, 80 kgs and then get pregnant and end up at 100 kgs again. I know with this tool it would be easier to lose it, but I want to capitalize on this golden kind of 6 to 12 months and get down as low as possible within that period before getting pregnant and inevitably putting some weight on with that. Ideally, I'd like to get down to a goal weight and stabilizing there for a year before getting pregnant, just so that it's easier for my body to kind of get back to. So back to my list. So my second goal is 90 kgs or Wonderland. My third goal is 81 kgs. That's 178 pounds. The reason for that goal is that would put me at a BMI of 32. So that is the point that I would qualify for funded IVF here in New Zealand. So if I don't find it easy to get pregnant after the weight loss, at that point I will qualify for IVF, so can potentially go down that road. So that would be the very kind of top end of what I would think is okay. The next goal from there is 75 kilos. That would take me out of the obese rate and just put me into the overweight weight range. That's 165 pounds. If I didn't say it before, I'm 5'2" and a bit, or 159 centimeters. The next goal from there is 70 kilos. So as I talked about before, that was the kind of height that I went through high school at and so that's 154 pounds. At 67.5 kilos or 149 pounds, that will be 100 pounds lost for me. So that would be the next goal. From there is the 63 kilos that I was talking about previously that I was at 17. That would just put me into the no longer overweight category at 159 pounds. I would like to go a little bit further than that, but it really depends on how my body is looking and feeling at that stage. Really, the biggest key for me is to get under 70 as far as where I'd really like to be. But like I said before, I'd also like to get down as low as possible, so that with pregnancy that doesn't kind of add extra stuff on me. From there, 59 kilos would put me kind of in the middle, almost in the 23.3 in the healthy BMI range, and that's 130 pounds. That's as low as I think I would go. Because of my weight, I could go a lot lower than that, but it really depends on how my body is feeling. The biggest kind of key for me is I'd really like to be in a comfortable 10, which would be a 6 in the US. And that, for me, that just gives myself room to be able to kind of 10, 12 kind of space rather than 12, 14, and getting back into that kind of almost plus size kind of thing, because really in New Zealand, while most of the normal stores sometimes go up to an 18, generally the 16 is really the kind of biggest size. As I say, sometimes 18s, but not really across the board. Plus size starts at 14 here, so yeah, really kind of want to stay out of the plus sizes, and the 10 to 12 is really where I want to be long term. So if I could get down to a 10 with pregnancy, carry up to maybe a 12, 14 at a stretch, and then kind of come back down to stabilize. Longer term, my goal is to kind of stay at that at a 12. But we'll see how my body plays ball. Other goals, so things that I'm looking forward to. I have a huge high heel range. I love them. I look at them. My feet, however, does not love them. I go through stages, so I've certainly gone through stages in my years where I have worn heels to work pretty much every day, and that ended me up at the podiatrist with severe ankle, big toe pain, and had to kind of go mainly into flats. I'm also extremely hard on my shoes, so unless they're a big thick heel, they don't tend to last me a long time. Just cleaning out my closet today, there's at least 3 pairs of heels that I need reheeled. So being able to kind of wear heels on a more regular basis would be awesome. Being able to easily cross my legs without all this extra fat in between them. And really that's just about getting comfortable. So like what I said in my 10 things I won't miss is just being able to get comfortable. Part of that, I was at the movies on Friday night, and the movie theatre that I go to has really quite wide chairs, so I definitely don't have a problem in getting in the chairs, and I felt like I wanted to kind of pull my legs up under me to get more comfortable, but I just couldn't quite make it. So I know with losing some weight that'll make that a whole lot easier. So again, just being comfortable. And then the only other one is kind of being able to get my knees up to my chest. And so that is partly exercise, partly kind of everyday kind of things, like painting my toenails. Being able to get in the right kind of angle at the moment, and then being able to kind of shimmy yourself and, oh, I'm kind of getting down there. Doesn't work. So if I could pull my knee up comfortably, and maybe on the right angle, I might be able to get down to my toes. And things like yoga, Pilates, there's moves that I just can't do. Warrior into the one where you've got your hands beside your feet, I can't. There's just too much between my legs and my belly. There is just too much kind of in the way of being able to get that knee up to the chest properly. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I know there's probably a lot more for that list. That's really all I can think of at the moment. But yeah, just really super excited to see what my life is going to be like post this. Now I know it's a tool, so it is really dependent on me. To date, my issues have not been in the ability to stick to diets. It's I'm doing everything that is right, but the weight just doesn't come off. And so a lot of that is to do with my insulin resistance and my body just holding on to it. So I'll be really interested to kind of see how my body responds to the surgery and how it kind of goes from there. I had McDonald's for the last time today, and I really didn't want to eat it in the end. And that was quite emotional. I worked at McDonald's for a number of years, and that was quite emotional. It's my go-to kind of thing. Not because I love it. I actually don't love it, but it's easy. It's what I know. I don't know. But yes, that was quite emotional, and just I can't wait to start the rest of my life. I'm going to leave it there. I will see you guys later. I probably won't do a video now until I'm about to start my OptiFast diet. So we'll see you guys in about 10 days or 9 days, the night before. All right, see ya.